Me and the ladies are live this Sunday at 8 p.m. Recap and recharge Super Bowl Sunday. Come chill.
Some time to pose away. It's just time to chill today. Welcome to Articulated Ninjas. Play and display.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever Articulated Ninjas Play and Display Day, because individual reviews for 20 minutes each is not always something I want to do. Sometimes I just want to share my thoughts on some recent pickups, like what I regret getting and what I really enjoyed getting. And I finally have time to have a day to focus on playing and posing my action figures and setting up some nice displays. If I'm not having a good time, I'm not doing something right on my channel. So I really disliked one of these figures, and I think it's obvious which one that is.
Damn!
But let's talk about this amazing Hasbro product. And I'm not trying to be funny, I'm being honest.
Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099. Hey! Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099.
As always, I say Hasbro makes Hasbro look bad. Just give it some time. This new 2099 Spider-Man is literally Maximum Spider-Man without the double neck.
What's that? Say that again?
Look at all the same articulation. Everything except the neck. The butterflies, the drop down legs, everything is the same. So once again, people want to pay or justify spending $50 on a standard Marvel Legends when the same company shows that they can do it for $25 or $27.99 because it's here. It's literally right here except for that double neck. Everybody have fun with your plastic, but we should not let companies treat us like we're stupid. And I said it from day one. They're charging $50 because it has a double neck and a bunch of random accessories. And this 2099 figure proves that, because this is a $27.99 release. And I said from day one, dude, I'm not paying $50 for some accessories, or I'm not paying an extra $25 for some accessories. And this 2099 proved that everyone paid $25 for some random accessories. I love this 2099, man. And the only thing Maximum has on this is some better neck.
Pause.
But overall, I love this 2099. He easily might be my favorite Marvel Legends within the last year or two, possibly two, that I've picked up. For me, this is Maximum Spider-Man, just without that double hinge, that double ball or double hinge neck, whatever you want to call it. That is the only difference. But hey, great job Hasbro on proving my point that I made so long ago with how much of an amazing job you guys did here on this 2099 figure, which is definitely an upgrade from the previous one. This thing is awesome. I think it's really just missing some web accessories and maybe a head sculpt. Really, that's about it. Otherwise, I'm totally okay with this. Eventually, we will get this with that upgraded neck. But okay, let's get into these dope ass turtles, and let me say up front, they did not meet all of my expectations, but damn, do they still look so good. So for over a year, everyone, including me, felt like this over these MetyToyz turtles.
Where are the turtles? Where are the turtles?
Come on, guys, get out of here.
Where are the turtles?
And now I finally have them, and okay, they are not as great as I thought that they would be in the articulation department. Mezco's turtles are equal or maybe better, but aside from the articulation being lackluster for me, that is my bias, right? Everything else here is amazing. I love the bigger turtles, the more Michael Bay style. I like when it's the bigger body. I don't prefer the comic-like original little bodies with the big bobblehead. So aesthetically, these win for me. But I really don't see these having overall more posability than the Mezcos. Yes, it does have that break in the shell, which is rare with most modern turtles, but I've seen people praise that idea so much. But to me, it's nothing new. Considering this older, I think this is Playmates turtles, they had the same break in the shell, allowing for articulation as well. And this older one is around 10 years, give or take, with a cut in the shell, with articulated toes, individual digits. So that break in the shell, it doesn't impress me. I honestly wish Mezco would have had that same break in the shell to allow for better articulation in that midsection. I can't glaze these MetyToyz turtles just because they have that shell cut when I got that on a $15 action figure almost 10 years ago on the shelf in Walmart. And I thought that the butterfly joints would be stronger or just better. You know, I shouldn't say stronger. I thought the butterfly joints would allow for a better range of motion, but he cannot cross his arms, which is very disappointing. You picture Raph always having an attitude with his arms crossed. That's not really going to happen. And to me, I know when a figure is extremely articulated when it can cross his arms. And he can't really kick forward since the shell is hard plastic and not soft. The Mezco shell is soft, allowing that figure to really be able to kick forward and higher forward. This MetyToyz one can kick forward, sure, but it's always gonna go out to the side because that shell at the bottom right there is nice and hard, so he's not kicking forward. That leg is always gonna have to be to the side. And for me, like I said, if they just would have did soft plastic similar to how Mezco did, that could have easily been avoidable. We could get some great kicking forward, not kicking sideways kinda forward. But I am being biased because of how amazing these things look, and the articulation is still really good overall. Still, these are my favorite turtles. I wanted the articulation to be better as far as the butterfly joints, the kicking forward, things like that. I honestly wanted these to have more articulation than the Revoltechs, but clearly that is not going to happen. But it's okay. They come with a ton of accessories, and as you can see, their size is really nice. For me, I have enough smaller turtles, so these are the size that I want. But they also have that anime cartoon look to them that I want as well. So definitely don't sleep on these. Mikey and Donatello are being released now-ish kinda, or really soon. I've seen some people online already posting pictures with them in hand. So that's awesome that we didn't have to wait long to get the whole crew. And like I said, I really do like these turtles. I just wish the butterflies would have been better. I wish that, you know, them being able to kick forward would have been better. And I really can't glaze them for that shell cut because I've gotten that before in the past. But as far as looks are concerned, these are easily my favorite looking turtles. And when I take some time to display these guys with my NECA shredder and some destroyed urban city pieces from Duarte Studios, I mean, for me personally, this is how I enjoy displaying / playing with my toys. And when everything's all said and done and displayed, I think it looks really good. I really do love these turtles, and I cannot wait to pick up Mikey and Donnie as well as soon as I find a place that actually has them. And then almost last but far from least, we have Thick Lee, not Chun-Li, please. Don't be confused. Easily my favorite not Chun-Li in my entire collection. Yes, she comes with an add-on pack that really makes her look more like who she's supposed to be, but even if you are not able to get that, it's okay. At its base, this figure is really awesome. Personally, there's only two big negatives about this figure. One is the plain Jane face sculpts. I mean, it's so flat and boring. Even the head sculpt of her shouting lacks so much emotion. Like, she just looks emotionless in her eyes. Head sculpts suck to me personally, but that's an easy fix. I just throw on any other Chun-Li head sculpt and I'm good to go. So you guys will see that throughout this showcase. I throw a MetyToyz head on there with some blue tack, and yeah, the skin tones don't match perfectly, but for me, it's cool. It's good enough, and that's all that really matters, is what works for us individually. The second worst thing about this figure is the bad QC on the arms. I actually seen distributors, or maybe the company, put out a statement saying to be careful with the arms and heat them up because they are snapping on people. I actually found a video with someone walking people through how to sand them down a little bit as far as the balls on the arms, just to avoid it getting stuck and then snapping. So clearly tight arms was not just an issue on mine. Oil may not be enough. Oil was not enough for mine. I had to Dremel out the socket ever so gently, which I wouldn't recommend anyone to do. It's better to just sand down the ball joint on the actual arm. You don't want to mess with the socket, but it made a difference, so she's all good now. I definitely should not have to do that on a figure that costs 50 or 60 bucks plus more. And yes, her top is removable and fully sculpted.
Lord have mercy.
Approved!
Which is nice because in the animated movie, she does have a scene where she fights Vega. And during that fight, this man is just stripping her left and right out of her clothes. So we can actually have her fighting Vega now and being robbed of her clothing. I like the fact that, you know, this is even an option. Clearly, Master Roshi likes that this is even an option, because the more options we get, the better. So for me personally, just the head sculpt was weak, and then the QC on a lot of people's arms. Those are the two weakest points here. Everything else, it's such a unique piece. I mean, how often do we get a thick Lee in tracksuit pants? And yes, I see MetyToyz is putting theirs out, but I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see exactly how that one would be. For now, this is all we got as far as tracksuit pants, thick Lees out there. This is the only one we got, and her size here is good, as you can see. Here are some comparisons. I picked her up from 5ktoys.com, and I'm very happy to have this not Chun-Li thick Lee. And then next up we have the Figuarts Kaiju number 8, General Isao Shinomiya. Overall, I think he is the best articulated or just overall action figure in the line, which is funny because he's the biggest. How is his articulation better than some of the smaller, skinnier characters? That is beyond me, but I'm happy I picked him up, and I'm all in on this line. Hopefully we get some stronger releases like this guy, because clearly he is literally the best in the line so far. His articulation, his ab crunch, it can leave an open slot in the back, and it can be very visible at times, but at least it's there as an option. Depending on how you have them posed and where you have them facing, the back being exposed won't even show. So I like it. I'd much rather that than the opposite, which is they barely have any articulation or movement in the torso. It's like a lot of the other releases, the torso is like basically static. There's almost no movement at all. It's just trash, especially for a company like Figuarts. I like his size, especially next to his daughter right here. This is good. I'm happy with this. And like I said, it's amazing to me that the biggest, probably hardest character to design, looks wise, came out the best. He has the best articulation, the best everything. To me, he is the best release as far as human characters in the line so far, easily, by a landslide. Okay, last and definitely least is the Revoltech Yuri figure. For me personally, Revoltech has been so hit or miss. Sometimes you get something amazing and great. Other times you get bad QC. Clearly, this is just a bad QC. Yes, I heated the figure up. Yes, I applied oil in the joints. it makes no difference. Her arms pop off without much effort at all. And the leg, oh my God. The leg, I can't even rotate it. I can't move it. It just pops off consistently. You could see right here in this video, I barely apply pressure. Leg pops right off. So I gotta pose her in poses and then leave her alone. She's low-key a Transformer action figure with all the parts and pieces that pop off of her. But I watched a reviewer break his arm due to this bad joint design and QC, and he still called the figure peak. I mean, damn.
Who mans is this?
Like, I like the character a lot too, but I am not gonna glaze that hard when clearly this isn't just a unique issue to me. There's no way I'm gonna call a figure peak when obviously this is pretty damn widespread. Maybe he called it peak because they sent him replacement arms, but it's hilarious to me. Multiple people have complained about her arm joints just being an issue, and I think it's more of a design issue. Someone even posted a video on how to pull the joint out and sand it down and then oil it up.
Huh?
So this is clearly, like I said, not just a me thing. Found the guy on Instagram. Go check him out here. You can see him heating the joint up, popping the joint out, applying some oil to the joint. You can also sand down a little bit of the outside of her arm, because the way that it's designed, it just like kind of locks that joint in there. And once he does all that and places the joint back inside of the shoulder, it looks like he gets much better results and everything is fixed. These cost $100 in most cases from most places. So to spend that type of money and get Mrs. Potato Head, yeah, that really hurts. So for me, no, she's going right into my Duarte Studios trash can, because that's exactly what my unit was, trash. And I'm happy because for a while, I don't really do much like toy photography and like urban background with full setups and everything. So I was like, damn, I really like this trash can. What am I gonna do with it? Perfect. Any trash figure is going into the trash can. For sure. So if y'all see a figure make it into this trash can, it's because it's trash and it deserves to be there, especially at this price point. Like I said, I understand getting a bad unit or something, you know, not being that widespread, but I have even messed with someone else's jewelry in hand and his shoulders were locked the entire time as well. So majority of people get locked shoulders. If you don't go through this entire process, yeah, you're probably gonna snap it by mistake, but that's no fault to the user when the design and the QC shouldn't have had it locked in the first place like that. She looks very nice, but outside of that, yeah, I regret this purchase big time. She's gonna look nice on my shelf. We don't have another jewelry from any other company currently, but when we do, I'm probably gonna jump all over that, not gonna lie. But right now, she's a good shelf weight because she will just look nice on my Street Fighter shelf, and that's about it. I can't play with her without her damn leg just popping off with the slightest amount of pressure, and I'm not going through the trouble to pop out both of her arm sockets and joints and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I already have a leg issue. I have an arm issue. I'm just leaving her on the shelf. I regret this purchase big time. Like I said, this is more than a $30 Marvel Legends to me. I am not financially in a position to be okay with blowing $120 or more on a figure just for fun. I'd spend $120 just for something, for a statue. I basically got a Ben Presto statue, right? No, that's not what I'm into. I like action figures. I got my thick lead to drop this jewelry in the trash. She will be a nice paperweight, like I said, in my collection because I really do like her looks. I feel like aesthetically Revoltech did an amazing job capturing jewelry, from the accessories to the paint apps to the face sculpt to the sculpt overall. I feel like it's all good, but the designing, especially in the arms and whatever I got going on with the leg, it's bad. Damn, this jewelry was trash for me. I hope someone else that got it, I hope you got a perfectly fine unit and you did not run into all the issues and maybe even a little bit more that clearly a lot of other people have ran into. Comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like. Let me know if you even made it to the end of the video. If you comment that and I see it, I will heart it or say thank you, because it all helps. Comments, likes, all that stuff does help with the YouTube gods. And in about 20 minutes or so, I was able to go over, I don't know, whatever it was, 4 or 5 figures instead of just one. I really like that because, like I said, I really do love my action figures and I have a lot of fun with them, but I'm never going to fake it for the camera. Sometimes I just want to just speak my mind real quick about some plastic and then just keep it moving on to the next thing. I don't want to be forced to sit down for 20 or 30 minutes and talk about this one thing, especially if I'm not in love with it that much. But there were a few figures here, a part of this play and display day, that definitely I absolutely love, like Thickly and that 2099 Spider-Man. Definitely I love it. But let me know if you got any of these, man. Let me know if you ran into any issues or, you know, you enjoyed it just as much as I did. Super Bowl Sunday is not going to stop us. You know we're gonna be live 8 p.m. I will be live with both of my ladies for the usual Sunday night recap and recharge live. So if you free, stop by. I'm not big into sports. I just always root for the underdog. So I'll still be live having a good time with you guys. Come stop by, come say what's up. And guys, like I always say, life is short. Try to appreciate it more than you complain about it. Peace. G.I. Joe, classified, Marvel Legends on my mind, Valaverse and Mecha Time, Mythic Legends I must find, SH Figuarts I can't lie, Revoltech got my pockets dry, set action figures for life, articulated ninja is nice, yeah, you might wanna subscribe, action